just 2.5 more laps.
Have Dale Jarrett, who's running there in 4th place right behind Earnhardt. If he can finish where he is, it'll be his best finish ever in Winston Cup competition. He has a couple of 5th place finishes, but not a 4th.
And you know, we talk about the Manufacturers Championship. Ford is going to win the race. They'll gain 3 points. But as Chevrolet looks like it's going to finish second, they only gain 3 points. It's tied. The tiebreaker, most wins, and I think it's Chevrolet 12, Ford 11.
Right.
Wow, that's close.
That Chevrolet would win the Manufacturers Championship again. There's Morgan Shepherd, who is the leader of the race on his way to victory. His 2nd win here in Atlanta and his 3rd career Winston Cup victory.
Turn 4, white flag.
There's Earnhardt. One more lap around the 1.5-mile racetrack here at Atlanta, and the salutes begin to both Morgan Shepherd and Dale Earnhardt. Morgan Shepherd from Conover, North Carolina, twice runner-up this year in Winston Cup competition, here at Atlanta in March and at Charlotte in the 2nd race. Dale Earnhardt from Kannapolis, North Carolina, and the Richard Childress crew are about to win the Winston Cup Championship and all the prestige and the $1 million that goes with it. Here's the checkered flag. Morgan Shepherd wins. Jeff Bodine crosses in 2nd. Dale Earnhardt finishes 3rd and wins the Winston Cup. He becomes only the 2nd driver to win the championship more than 3 times. And Mark Martin is going to finish this race in 5th position. There's Richard Childress. Let's go to John Kernan.
With the very happy Richard Childress, fist raised in the air. It's a sweet victory for y'all. You didn't win the race, but your Earnhardt's 4th championship, your 3rd.
Yeah, it's a great victory for the GM Goodrich Chevrolet, and you know, I think we won the Manufacturers Cup. We're just happy as we can be, but our prayers are with the 9 team right now.
Richard Childress thinking of others in this moment of triumph for himself and his team.
It is the 4th for Dale Earnhardt, the 3rd for Richard Childress. It's the 1st since Goodrich became his primary sponsor. It's been a long season. It's over. Morgan Shepherd has won the race, and Dale Earnhardt is the Winston Cup champion by 26 points.
For 38 years, we've been under Bacon's roof, serving Kentuckiana with fine jewelry, watches, repair, and excellent service. But now, we're blowing off Bacon's roof and heading out on our own with a brand new location in the Bashford Manor Mall. We're Benton Fine Jewelry, providing you with the great service, prices, and repair you've come to expect for 38 years. So remember, if you shopped Bacon's for fine jewelry, you are really shopping Benton Fine Jewelry. Keep shopping Benton Fine Jewelry at our new location in the Bashford Manor Mall.
Come to Charlie's at 515 East 131. We're heating up your nights with live entertainment every Friday and Saturday. And we're rocking the place with food, fun, and spirits. Why stay at home when a good time is happening right now at Charlie's? And remember, prime rib is our specialty, only $8.95 every Friday and Saturday night. We provide the food and spirits. You bring the fun to Charlie's, 515 East 131 in Clarksville.
The Atlanta Journal 500 is over. Morgan Shepherd wins the race. Jeff Bodine finishes 2nd. Dale Earnhardt finishes 3rd and wins the Winston Cup. Dale Jarrett 4th, and Darrell Waltrip finishes in 5th position. Our Speed World coverage has been brought to you by Xerex Antifreeze Coolant. The temperature never drops below Xerex. By Ace Hardware Corporation. Ace is the place. And by Quaker State. The Big Q is one tough motor oil. And one tough race driver is the 1990 Winston Cup champion, Dale Earnhardt. Here's Cherry Punch.
Well, indeed, Dale Earnhardt, the 1990 Winston Cup champion, and a big smile. Hey, congratulations.
Thank the good Lord for a good year for first thing, but you know, the Jim Goodrich guys, they come through again. This car ran good today. We got a little bit loose on that last set of tires. It just wasn't perfect, and you know, we just couldn't win the race, but we still ran respectable all day, and won the championship, and that's what mattered. Hey, bad.
Taylor Nicole and Teresa, his wife and young daughter, getting in here as they are all getting
Dale, they were keeping you posted as they surrounded us now. They were keeping you posted on where Mark was all afternoon. I know you had to be concerned, but he started running pretty well toward the middle of the race.
Well, he was, and we were running together there a little bit, and we kept working with it, and got the car a little better, but I was a little on the loose side there.
Indeed, a $1.7 million now, and in a couple of weeks you'll walk on the stage in New York, and from these fine folks in Winston, you'll take home another $1 million.
We'll take it. We've had a good year, the guys have been working hard all year long, and we've been fighting back ever since '87 trying to win another one. And it's been a long time coming. We were close 2 years in a row there, and Rusty got us for 12 last year, so we're happy to get it this year, and we're really happy for everybody that helped us. And really appreciate everybody's help and all the fan support this year. It's been a great year for us.
You said it would take a lot to make up for that last lap at Daytona. This must do it.
Well, it does. The championship means a lot to us, and we'll go back to Daytona '91, try to get one. I reckon we ought to have a Dale win sale at the Dale Earnhardt Chevrolet in Newton tomorrow and the next day, maybe 2-day sale. Come on up and get you a car.
It just doesn't forget anything, does it? The 1990 Winston Cup champion here. Let's go over the road handler winner's circle where Morgan Shepherd is standing by with John Gurney.
Morgan wiping off his face. A tough day's work, but you came home with the win.
Well, first of all, I'd just like to thank God. I've never gave up faith in myself or in this team. I was just very fortunate to end up with Motorcraft and Ford and Bud Moore. And we've been pulling together all year, gaining strength. And today we had the strength.
What did you learn from the test last week down here?
Well, the last race we ran here, we ran second with this car, and we had a pushing problem. And in the test, we was able to overcome that. Matter of fact, we ran pretty loose quite a few times during the race, and it made it hard for me to work traffic. But once we got our right set of tires on, we had one good set of tires that we knew was fast, and we saved them for the end of the day and was fortunate to get them on.
Morgan Shepherd, the winner of the Atlanta Journal 500.
And our congratulations to Morgan Shepherd and to Dale Earnhardt, who has come home as champion here this afternoon. We've still got more as we conclude the 1990 Winston Cup season. The race is over, but we got a lot to talk about, and we'll continue right after this.
The same battery that has started 9 out of 10 NASCAR winners since 1977 also starts millions of cars all over America every day. Die Hard. More power when you need it most. When the job is tough, you need the best. And when you need the best, you reach for Channel Lock. For the power. The precision. For just plain counting on, there's only one. Channel Lock. Be sure you're getting genuine Channel Lock tools. Look for this trademark.
It's great. They fixed up that old truck and went out for their big driving lesson. They'll never forget this day as long as they live.
Here's to fathers and sons, first-time driving lessons and comfortable blue jeans. Wrangler.
One full day of NFL action in just 60 minutes. In-depth highlights of every game played today. It's football's fastest hour, NFL Primetime, tonight at 7 Eastern, only on ESPN.
Dale Earnhardt is taking a lap around Atlanta Motor Speedway. He has given himself the Winston Cup Championship. He has given Chevrolet the Manufacturers Championship. And look what kind of car he's riding around Atlanta Motor Speedway in. It's a Mustang.
Yeah, he probably doesn't even know what brand of car he's in right now.
Well, it may not be a Mustang, but it's a Ford product, that's for sure. But a great year for Dale Earnhardt, who is being interviewed now by the radio. He's the second driver to win more than 3 Winston Cup championships. He's the first to win it in a black car since Buck Baker in 1957, and he's the third title in a car, number 3. Dale Earnhardt's longest losing streak this season was 5 races from Richmond in September to Phoenix. Let's go to Jerry Punch, who's with Mark Martin.
Well, Mark sitting solemnly and quietly on the back of the Folgers Ford that carried him so many times this year, Mark. A gallant effort.
Well, it really was. I want to first of all thank all the race fans that have rallied behind us. And they've really been supportive of us this year. It's unbelievable. And obviously Ford and Folgers and Valvoline and Jack Roush, Steve and all the guys. It's been a great year. It's tough. It's a tough one to lose. We got beat by the best. And I mean, that Dale Earnhardt's been sitting behind the wheel of the best race cars he's ever sat down in this year. He was going to be tough to tangle with. We gave him all he could stand, and we'll be stronger next year. These 4 or 6 weeks that we have that we don't have to go racing, we're going to build some good stuff, and we're going to come on strong next year.
Well, you had a great season this year, Mark, an outstanding year to come just in 3 years from pretender to contender last year, winning that first one to possible titleist this year. I mean, what a tremendous range you guys have come in just 3 short years.
It's been really great. All the credit, goes to Jack Roush and Steve Neal and the people that they were managed to assemble in the shops and in Michigan and in North Carolina. The guys got a lot, all the guys have a lot of heart. They want to win this thing, and we will win this championship one day next year.
Well, he is not a champion as far as the Winston Cup's concerned, but in a lot of eyes around the country, he is a champion. Mark, congratulations on a great year.
Thank you.
Indeed, Mark Martin, a great season, but there is the winner of the Winston Cup as he now goes down the backstretch, receiving the applause of the thousands of race fans who have gathered here this afternoon, saluting Dale Earnhardt as the champion.
Well, he has 9 victories so far this year in the Goodwrench Chevrolet, and when all the money is added up in a few weeks, he's going to have maybe close to $3 million for the year.
And let's go to John Kernan, who is with Jeff Bodine.
Jeff, second place finish, also a big leap in the points for you.
That's right. A good run. The guys really worked hard, and I worked hard. I got some blisters. I want to say hi to Kathy, Matt, Barry, Mike. You home tonight, I hope. Love everybody. But it was a good race for us. The car ran strong at times, and one time after a restart, we just pulled the straightaway ahead. Of course, then they caught back up, but we were strong at the end. We had a couple exhaust pipes break. You heard the engine make some funny noises. So that probably cost us 15, 20 horsepower. And at the end, it looked like it. Morgan just pulled away. He was awful strong. Good run, Morgan. But it wasn't a bad year. I told the guys it was a good run. Like to have won, naturally. But we'll be back next year.
Jeff Bodine, second place finisher, told me this morning he was going to take some time off. One day.
Jeff Bodine, second here at Atlanta this afternoon. There's Dale Earnhardt. He has won the Winston Cup Championship for 1990. We'll be right back.
Whose car is that? A lot of cars in this town need parts from Parts Plus. Take a hint from your car. Go to Parts Plus for the quality name brand auto parts you need. Because Parts Plus sells name brand auto parts with quality you can rely on. The same quality name brands used by professional race car drivers. So the next time your car needs auto parts, come to Parts Plus.
We're America's family of auto parts stores. We're Parts Plus.
Here's Joe Montana for Astrolite batteries.
This is AstroTurf. This is the Astrodome. And this is an Astrolite battery. AstroTurf and the Astrodome revolutionized football. Astrolite uses revolutionary power technology in its car batteries.
Get Astrolite, a powerful, top-quality battery at a price you can't pass up.
Astrolite.
Astronomical!
Time and time again, for professional photographers and amateurs as well, the world's great pictures are trusted to the same brand of film, Kodak. Why trust your great pictures to anything less?
A little secret that nobody knows. No matter what you do, no matter where you go, you've got to have an ace in the hole. Bud Light proudly presents George Strait.
Top 20 finishers here in Atlanta this afternoon. Morgan Shepherd, Jeff Bodine, Dale Earnhardt, the champion, Dale Jarrett, and Darrell Waltrip. Finishing 6th was Mark Martin. 7th, Ernie Irvan, then Alan Kowicki, Rusty Wallace, and Greg Sachs. 11 through 15, Derek Cope, Hud Strickland, Michael Waltrip, Bill Elliott, and Ricky Rudd. And then completing the top 20, Ken Schrader, Richard Petty, Brett Bodine, Harry Gant, and Terry Labonte. You know, both drivers acknowledge the fans, and we might mention that Dale Earnhardt is leading in the balloting for most popular driver, another distinction that will probably be given him at the awards banquet in New York City in a couple of weeks.
And something he's looking forward to.
Yes,
he told me the other day he hasn't won that, and he felt like that to go down as a real race car driver with all the success he's had, he needed to win that.
And something else that he cherishes very much, certainly another Winston Cup championship, but the fact that you mentioned that he's only the second driver to win more than 3. Of course, Richard Petty is the man who has won more than anybody with 7. But he is setting his goals on Richard Petty. He said in a press conference here on Friday, he said, Richard Petty's the king. And he said, you know, it'd be awfully nice to win that. He said, I like to feel that I got maybe 7, 8, 10 more years to go. Maybe I can do that. Maybe I can catch him.
Very, very possible, the way that he drives a race car. Well, I guess we could talk a few minutes. Instead, let's go to Jerry Punch, who's with Darrell Waltrip. Had a great day.
Darrell, a great way to finish out your year. Tremendous run today.
Well, we run well, and I'm really excited about ending the year the way we have and getting going for next year. We struggled some early this year, but right when I got hurt, things were turning around, and then when I got back in the car, the guys have been fantastic, and we're looking forward to 91 and Western Auto, and praise the Lord for a good day today. Congratulations to Morgan and to Mr. Earnhardt. Daggone, got 4 now. I guess I'll have to get another next year.
Let's go to John Curtin.
With Jack Roush here. Jack, 3rd year in existence. 2nd place, you gave it all you got. Not a bad year, though.
We're real happy with the year. We didn't start winning races as soon as we thought we would. The first year we didn't win a race. The second year, last year we only won 1 race, and this year we just won 3. We've got to be able not only to be as consistent and durable as we've been this year, but we've got to, on the average, we've got to run better than we have. And you know, this winter we're going to do a lot of testing, and we'll of course think a lot about our program and make it stronger in some ways. But we're real happy with the year. Mark and Steve and have done a super job. Folgers and Dowling have helped us a lot, and we're real happy.
Thank you, Jack, and look out for them. 4th year, maybe their year.
And thanks to Ned and Benny and everybody that worked our telecast, let's right now finish up with the look at the second half of the 1990 Winston Cup season. The Winston Cup season thundered into its second half at Pocono, Pennsylvania. And despite the broken leg, Darrell Waltrip made his 500 start, but just making the first few laps. Then he got out of the car. However, it would be 5 more races before he would get back into competition. Great battling on the racetrack. Rusty Wallace took Jeff Bodine really low on the front straightaway. These two battled all race long, with Bodine winning his 2nd of the year.
At Talladega, serious pit road crash as Stanley Smith spins in the back of Tracy Leslie's car. Luckily, no one was seriously injured. Dale Earnhardt completes the sweep at Talladega, winning the Die-Hard 500. Mark Martin leads with a 1-point lead.
On the road course at Watkins Glen, Earnhardt had the pole, and as he and Rusty Wallace battle for the lead going into turn 1. Let's see what happens. Earnhardt cuts down. They tangle going into the turn, and Earnhardt spins around. And then another confrontation. Bill Elliott gets tangled with Sterling Marlin, and he spins around, and watch Mark Martin. He comes through unscathed. And Ricky Rudd takes the win for the first win of the year for the Hendrick Motorsports.
At Michigan International, total domination for the first time in the season by Martin.
Ernie Evans' maturity as a race car driver gets him his first victory, also the first for the Morgan McCord team.
At Darlington, Mark Martin escapes disaster as his Ford spins on the front straightaway. Meanwhile, Dale Earnhardt was nursing a vibrating car. The tires had equalized, but he goes on to victory and picks up a $100,000 bonus from Winston.
At Richmond, Virginia, once again, the two who would battle for the championship go at it. Earnhardt wins, and Mark Martin finishes in 2nd position.
In Dover, Delaware, great battle between Mark Martin and Dale Earnhardt, but Bill Elliott wins his first race of the season.
Who can forget the crash between Ricky Rudd and Ken Schrader at Martinsville in the Hendrick cars as they battle for the lead? Jeff Bodine takes the victory.
At North Wilkesboro, some late race strategy gave the victory to the Roush crew and Martin's third of the year.
In Charlotte, Dale Earnhardt loses wheels. Davey Allison wins his second of the year.
At Rockingham, it was the battle of the Fords between Bill Elliott and Alan Kulwicki, but it was Kulwicki winning his first race of 1990.
Then the shootout in the desert. Martin and Earnhardt. Mark fought back, but Earnhardt was too strong and took the victory. And then in Atlanta this afternoon, Morgan Shepherd won the race. Dale Earnhardt finished in third position and won the 1990 Winston Cup. It's been a great season. We've thanked a lot of people. The people that we need to thank the most, you, the race fan. You're what makes Winston Cup racing and our coverage of ESPN. We'll see you each week at Speed Week, but until Darlington 1991 in the Trans-South 500, this is Bob Jenkins. So long, everyone.
Traffic in New York City this past week with the top 16 women players in the world gathered at Madison Square Garden. It's been a remarkable year in women's tennis with 4 different players winning the 4 Grand Slam events. Steffi Graf started the year strongly by winning the Australian Open over American Mary Jo Fernandez. At the French Open in early June, 16-year-old Monica Seles stunned Graf in the final to win her 6th consecutive title. At Wimbledon, Martina Navratilova was not to be denied in capturing her record 9th crown against surprise finalist Zina Garrison. By late summer, at the U.S. Open, Gabriela Sabatini had quietly added a more aggressive edge to her game, and her stirring win over Graf put the crowd in an uproar and gave Gabby her first Grand Slam title. And now, for the 2 of these players, it comes down to one last match from Madison Square Garden in New York City. Monica Seles versus Gabriela Sabatini next on ESPN. From Madison Square Garden in Midtown Manhattan, ESPN presents the Virginia Slims Championships. Today's final, number 2 seed Monica Seles versus number 3 seed Gabriela Sabatini. Hello, everybody. I'm Kim Prince, along with Mary Carrillo, and welcome to Madison Square Garden and the last stop on the 1990 Women's Tour.